Welcome back to What's on the Table. Fuck. Welcome back to What's on the Table.
Not even in the screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Welcome back to What's on the Table, where you're looking at our finds from March 2016.
It's been a slow month for the channel, but hasn't stopped us from looking around, finding some video games.
I had a good month as well, you know. Went to a couple of stores, visited the flea market. Alright, so the first thing I'm leading is with a couple of handhelds here. I picked up F-Zero for the Game Boy Advance. Guess this one is supposed to be better than GP Legends.
This one I thought was better than GP Legends Maximum Velocity.
Really?
Yeah.
I wanted to get like a nice racing game for the Game Boy. I got Top Gear, but you know. So the next one I got is it's really generic. Raging Fighter. Yeah.
I never heard of it.
It's made by Konami. It's gotten good reviews, but it's just that none of the characters are memorable in it, and that's about as much as I can say about it.
Most anything that come from Konami back in those days was pretty good. Most everything. But, you know, my experience with the original Game Boy and fighters on the original Game Boy, not good. So, I'm curious to see what this one plays like.
I would rate it as a nice pickup from Saturn. After that, we got Battle Arena Toshinden. Very excited to actually have this. I put it up there right with what's it called? Well, World Heroes to Jet, excuse me. If you play Battle Arena Toshinden for the PlayStation, then you'll like this.
I want to try that one out.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Which is kind of going against what I just said, but you know about all fighters on the original Game Boy but not being that good.
Yeah, no, that one was decent though.
Yeah.
It was a very good one. But moving on, the next game I'm gonna show is a DS game, Magical Star Sign, and honestly, I really don't know anything about this game. Usually the type of buyer I am, I like to look up something before I actually make the purchase. I don't like having shitty games. I just don't.
You never know. Maybe you picked up a shitty one.
I
don't know nothing about it either.
This is like, if this is a shitty game, then I've just like went against everything I stand for.
Alright, so I guess I'm gonna pop in here with the next pickups. My one Sega Genesis pickup of the month, and it's a good one too, one I've been seeking for a while. The Haunting, starring Polterguy. And this is pretty cool because I picked this one up at Robot City. You know, I mean, it's missing the instruction manual, but the game's in good shape, the case is in good shape. Happy to have it, just really wanted to play it.
Nice score, man.
Yeah.
The next games I'm gonna go through with are two games that I love. The first one is Typhoon, Wrath of Tiger for the PlayStation. Look at it, like, you know what I mean? He's a badass tiger and he knows a nice array of kung fu moves.
I just like the name Typhoon.
For the price that I grabbed it for like $7.99. Sound go around. Can't beat it. The next game that I grabbed, Battlefield 3. I always like Battlefield 3 more than Call of Duty. It's just a better game to me.
I got out of first-person shooters a little while ago. I like Doom, Castle Wolfenstein, Wolfenstein 3D. And I did play Call of Duty for a while, but then I got out of it. I never played Battlefield, so I can't really take a stance on that. I'm gonna step in here with my one modern pickup of the month, and Street Fighter V for the PlayStation 4. I'm really excited to get this because I have most of the Street Fighters. I mean, I'm lacking a few. I don't have any of the EX ones. I'm not gonna go really too in-depth about the game itself, but being a real big fan of the series, I had to have this one. And it's been a lot of fun playing it and trying to get used to it anyway. Yeah, so I mean, you know, that's the one PlayStation. I don't buy a lot of new games, so I picked that one up. I paid full price for it, and that's like something I don't normally do either, but I was just kind of thrilled. I was excited to even be able to try it.
Watch KO Retro. If you like what we do, you could please subscribe and we will make some episodes for you. Oh, that's in there. So the next game I'm gonna lead in with is I was really happy and really excited that I scored this, and this is a score. I wound up scoring F-Zero GX. I wound up scoring this for $25. Couldn't ask for more on it. I mean, there's not a lot to say. If you know F-Zero, then you'll love this game.
F-Zero GX is so good.
Yeah,
it's like the final F-Zero game, you know, to date, and it sucks too. I mean, that series really needs to come back.
It does.
Yeah. So I'm gonna step in here with my NES finds for the month. Go ahead and start with a Tengen game, and that's Afterburner. And this is pretty cool because this is a Sega title. I mean, it's the second Tengen game that I have for the NES that actually says Sega right on the cartridge there.
You know how it plays?
I haven't tried this one yet. Going to Robot City and playing the Afterburner arcade machine there, I mean, I know I'm not going to get that experience. I mean, that joystick basically throws you away from the machine. It rattles so hard. The next game I picked up, and this one I'm pretty happy to add to the collection as well, because this is one that him and I have been talking about. We wanted to play this one for a while. It might even be a future episode of something,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I can see it.
Smash TV. Now, this is pretty cool because, you know, I already have Total Carnage for the Super Nintendo. That's like, it's supposed to be like a sequel to it, I think.
Really? I've never played Total Carnage.
Yeah, it's like basically the same thing. And finally, the last thing I got here is the Game Genie with the code manual. It's really cool to have this thing. I messed around with it a little bit already. You can really screw some games up pretty bad. And I want to give a special thank you to my buddy Mike, who I work with. He gave this to me as a little gift. And if you're watching this, Mike, thanks for the Game Genie.
Got a few PlayStation 2 games. I love PlayStation 2. It was one of those that was another system that I grew up with. So I went to the flea market on Sunday over on Main Street, and I wound up picking up, let me get it out there, Mortal Kombat Deception. If I'm not mistaken, it's the Mortal Kombat that has the puzzle fighter in it. Also,
never heard of that.
Yeah, you get to use one of their powers. They each have powers, and you can use it on the other player.
Like a fatality?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
pretty cool.
It's neat.
Puzzle reality.
Yeah, puzzality.
Yeah.
The next game is Castlevania. What is this one? Lamont of
Dissonance?
Dissonance? Innocence?
Dissonance, I think.
Is it Dissonance?
Innocence.
Oh,
Lament
Lament.
of Innocence.
Lament of Innocence.
Well, there you have it. Neither of us can read.
Yeah.
You know?
Whatever. And I can't
ones.
really tell you nothing about this Castlevania game. I've never dived into it before, so I'm gonna find out what it's like for myself.
So what'd you do? You got him on like a spindle or something at the flea market?
Well, I got him. I was talking to the guy, and he tried to sell me all the PlayStation 2 games that he had, which was about, I want to say, 11 or 12 of them. None of them had the box. They were all in like that car, where you store your CDs for music. So I looked through them and I saw those two, and those are the two I went for, and I got them both for $5.
That's not too bad.
Pretty
I
good
guess.
deal.
I mean, just to be able to play the game.
Yeah, you know what I mean. If I find the box later, cool. If not, that's okay. Like, those aren't ones that I hold in high regard anyway.
Yeah.
The next two I do hold in high regard. Devil May Cry for the PlayStation 2, and originally Devil May Cry was supposed to be a Resident Evil game. The next one also is another Devil May Cry game, Devil May Cry 2. Not much I can say about this game because I've never played this game. I've played the first one and I didn't beat the first one, but I'm gonna get on that real soon. Happy to have these two, you know. That ends my pickups for this month. Put the fucking kibosh on our game. Put the kibosh on our hold up. Put the kibosh.
Alright, so to wrap my end up of the pickup video here, I got something really special. And I mean, this is, when I say special, this is something I've wanted for years. Let me... Heavy bitch. Oh, yeah. I got a Vectrex. This thing is a beast, and it's beautiful. And if you don't know what a Vectrex is, it's a 1982 game system that came out around when Atari 2600 was popular, and you know, in television, and this kicked the shit out of all of them. It took me years to even find one. As a matter of fact, this is the first one I saw in person. Got it over at Robot City. Thanks again, Casey, for the deal on this. If you're watching, thank you. But if not, Sean, I know you're watching, so tell Casey I said thanks for the deal on the Vectrex. With the Vectrex came the Mindstorm manual, because that's the built-in game. But it didn't come with the overlay. That kind of stinks. I'm going to have to hunt one down. Well, that being said, I got 4 Vectrex games. And each of these games are complete with the overlays and in the boxes. And that's the only way I'm going to collect these from now on. The first game is Hyper Chase Auto Race. And this one's really cool. The analog controls in it are like super sensitive. I've gotten like nowhere in this game so far. Want to get better at that, that's for sure. The next one I got is a Konami game, Scramble. It's a side-scroller, shoot 'em up. It's very simple, it's a very simplistic game. Most of these are, but this one just plays so good. The third game I got, Cosmic Chasm. You gotta like drill your way to the center of this planet and plant a bomb, and then escape before the thing goes off. But it's not, you know, it's a lot harder than it sounds. So once again, complete with the overlay. This one looks really cool with that nice dark red overlay. Last but not least, probably the rarest of them all, is The Fortress of Narzad. And this one's just really cool. I'd seen reviews of it, and I always wanted to play this one. I thought this one's really neat.
I wound up playing this one, and yeah, it's a really good game.
And I can't wait to review Vectrex games. I mean, the KO Game Room has a Vectrex now.
I mean, I'm happy for you, man. I know you've been wanting one of these for a long time, and you finally scored it.
So that finishes up with the pickups for the month anyway, and I guess I kind of wanted to just go over a couple things about the channel. The first thing you probably notice if you do follow this channel at all is that we didn't have a lot of videos this month. One, as a matter of fact. But the fact is we haven't had a lot of time this month. It's been busy.
It has been busy.
So I wanted to let everybody know who does pay attention, who does subscribe to this channel. First of all, thank you. And this isn't the end of KO Retro. As a matter of fact, it's just the beginning is the way I see it. Because this month we obviously plan on working on some more Versus videos. Second thing I wanted to throw out there is my brand new show that I've been working on in my free time this month. It's the KO Game Room. And it's going to be a show where I review old games and hardware. Check out the new show. It's going to be starting in April. I think I'll put out the new episode April 1st.
I want to give a shout out to Robot City Games. They're putting in a new sprinkler system, and if you want to help fund, you can go to Indiegogo, their Indiegogo page. Anything helps.
If you follow us, and you've seen it last month as well, that we gave a shout out to these guys because I mean it's a big deal to us. If you have a friend who works there, really, I mean it's a sweet game store, a sweet arcade. Can't push this matter enough.
Right.
And the other shout out that we want to give is to our good friend Josh Goodspeed for his channel, the Josh Goodspeed Gaming Channel. Definitely go check his channel out. He's an intelligent guy. He does a lot of gameplay playthroughs. He does a lot of Let's Plays. I've been watching his videos for years, but he recently switched over to a new channel. And I think some of his old videos are available on his old channel. And we'll put the link down in the description. Him and our friend Brian play a lot of these games together, so it's cool to hear the commentary between the two of them.
One thing that you might appreciate about them too, versus like what we do, like we like to cover a lot of old games. If you're looking for more of something that's new and more of like this day and age, their channel is great for that kind of stuff. And he kind of goes in depth and lets you know how he feels about the game. So he's actually somebody to really pay attention to and look at.
Well, with that wraps up what's on the table for March 2016. If you like what we do here on KR Retro and you like this video, hit the like button and give us a subscribe because that really helps.
Also, let us know in the comments what you think. Like, we do look at them, we do read them. Sometimes it's hard to respond back because we are busy at times, but like if we can, we will respond back to you. So please give us feedback. We love that.
Yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching.
See ya.